There's a moment that nobody really prepares you for. It might happen on an ordinary Tuesday morning. You wake up, the house is quiet. You make 1 cup of coffee instead of 2. You walk into the kitchen, and for a second you expect to hear another voice. But there is nothing, just silence. And suddenly, a question enters your mind. If I'm going to live alone for the rest of my life, am I actually prepared for it? Not financially, not emotionally, but practically. Because living alone after 60 isn't necessarily a sad ending. For many people, it can become one of the most peaceful and independent chapters of their lives, but only if you prepare for it. And that's what makes this conversation so important. Because the difference between living alone and feeling helpless alone is often not money, it's preparation. I want you to imagine a man named Robert. Robert was 67 when he retired. He had worked for decades, raised his children, paid his bills, maintained his home, and spent most of his life taking care of everyone else. Then his children moved to different states. His social circle became smaller, and eventually Robert found himself living alone. At first he loved it. No alarm clock, no commute, no one asking him where he was going. He could make breakfast at noon if he wanted. He could watch an old movie at midnight. He thought, this is freedom. And it was. But 6 months later, Robert noticed something. His life had become smaller without him realizing it. He stopped going out as often. He postponed small repairs. He ignored his finances because they seemed complicated. His days had no real structure. And one afternoon, when he slipped slightly in his kitchen, not seriously, but enough to scare him, he sat down and thought, what would happen if I actually needed help? That question changed everything. Robert didn't move into someone else's house. He didn't give up his independence. He did something much smarter. He built a life that could support his independence. And today, we're going to talk about the 10 things you need to do exactly that. 1. Know your numbers. The first thing you need after 60 is not a bigger house, not a newer car, not expensive furniture. You need to know your numbers. How much money comes into your household every month? How much goes toward housing, utilities, food, transportation, insurance, entertainment, unexpected expenses? You should be able to answer those questions without opening 5 different apps and searching through a pile of paperwork. Because uncertainty creates unnecessary stress. And here's the interesting part. You don't necessarily need more money to feel more secure. Sometimes you simply need more clarity. Imagine 2 people with exactly the same monthly income. One knows exactly where every dollar goes. The other has no idea. Who sleeps better? Usually the person with clarity. So sit down one afternoon and create a simple picture of your financial life. Know what you have, know what you owe, know what you spend, and most importantly, know what you truly need. Because financial peace begins when confusion ends. 2. Make your home work for you. Now look around your home. Really look, not as someone who has lived there for 20 years. Look at it as someone planning to live there comfortably for another 20. Are there things sitting on the floor that shouldn't be there? Are your most used items difficult to reach? Is the lighting poor? Are there stairs you struggle with? Does your bathroom make everyday tasks unnecessarily difficult? These things may seem small, but small inconveniences become bigger when you're alone. A comfortable home should reduce effort, keep frequently used items within easy reach, improve lighting, clear walking areas, repair things you've been ignoring, and remove things you don't use anymore. You don't have to throw away your memories. Just stop allowing unused possessions to control your space. Because sometimes the most luxurious thing you can own after 60 isn't a bigger house. It's a house that feels easy to live in. 3. Build a daily routine. Here's something that surprises many people after retirement. Freedom can become difficult when there is no structure. When you worked, your day had a natural rhythm. You had somewhere to be, someone expected you. There were deadlines. Then, suddenly, nothing. And at first, that feels amazing. But after enough time, Days can start blending together. One Monday feels like another. You wake up later. You eat whenever. You go outside less. And without realizing it, your world gets smaller. That's why you need a simple daily rhythm. Wake up around the same time. Get dressed. Make your bed. Get outside. Move your body. Eat properly. Do something productive. Talk to someone and give yourself one thing to look forward to. It doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe it's your morning walk. Maybe it's coffee with a friend every Thursday. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes. Maybe it's working in the garden. The goal isn't to make retirement feel like a job. The goal is to make your freedom meaningful. 4. Stay connected before you need help. Here's where many people make a mistake. They wait until they feel lonely before they start reaching out. Don't do that. Build your relationships before you need them. You don't need 50 friends. You need a few people who genuinely know you. A brother, a sister, a close friend, a neighbor, a former colleague, someone from your community, someone you can call when something unexpected happens. And remember, you don't have to talk for an hour. Sometimes a 5-minute phone call is enough. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing all right. How about you? That's connection. And connection doesn't always come from family. It can come from volunteering, a walking group, a local community center, a class, a place of worship, a hobby. Even a regular visit to the same coffee shop can create familiar human contact. Don't underestimate small relationships. Sometimes the person who simply notices that you haven't shown up in a week becomes more important than you realize. 5. Protect your physical independence. There's something worth understanding as you get older. Health isn't only about living longer. It's about being able to do things for yourself. Carrying groceries, getting out of a chair, climbing a few steps, opening a jar, walking around the neighborhood, getting in and out of your car. These ordinary abilities are easy to overlook when you have them. So protect them. Walk, stretch. Work on strength according to your abilities. Practice balance. Eat nutritious food. Get appropriate checkups. And if something changes physically, don't simply ignore it because you're hoping it will disappear. Take your health seriously, because independence isn't just a financial condition, it's physical too. The stronger and more capable you remain, the more freedom you preserve. 6. Learn the technology you actually need. You don't need to become a technology expert. You don't need to understand every new app. But there are certain things worth knowing. How to make a video call, how to contact emergency services, how to share your location with someone you trust, how to recognize suspicious messages, how to protect your passwords, how to use your bank's official app safely, how to contact family members quickly. These aren't complicated skills. And if you don't know how to do something, ask. There is no embarrassment in learning. In fact, refusing to learn because you're afraid of looking inexperienced can create bigger problems later. Technology should make your life easier. Learn enough to make it work for you. 7. Have an emergency plan. Now let's talk about something most people avoid, not because it's negative, because it's uncomfortable. What happens if something unexpected occurs? Who do you call? Where are your important documents? Who knows your emergency contacts? Can someone reach you quickly? Do you have basic supplies at home? Have you written down important information somewhere secure? You don't need to live expecting something bad to happen. That's not the point. The point is simple. Prepared people don't have to panic as easily when life becomes unpredictable. Think about a fire extinguisher. You hope you never need it, but you keep it anyway. An emergency plan is the same thing. You aren't expecting trouble. You're simply refusing to be completely unprepared for it. 8. Create a reason to wake up. This may be the most overlooked item on this entire list. Purpose. When your career ends, your responsibilities change. Your children may need you less. Your schedule becomes flexible, and you may suddenly ask, what am I supposed to do with all this time? That's a serious question, and the answer doesn't have to be another job. Purpose can be teaching your grandchildren something you know. It can be volunteering, writing, gardening, photography, travel, reading, learning an instrument, building something, helping someone younger navigate a challenge you've already experienced. Your purpose doesn't have to impress anyone. It just has to matter to you. Because a comfortable life isn't simply a life without problems. It's a life with something worth getting up for. 9. Learn to enjoy solitude. Now here's where everything changes. There is a huge difference between being alone and being lonely. Being alone is a circumstance. Loneliness is an emotional experience, and sometimes learning to enjoy your own company can transform your relationship with solitude. Imagine sitting on your porch early in the morning. No notifications, no arguments, no deadlines, just coffee, fresh air, and your own thoughts. At first, the silence may feel strange, but eventually you may realize something. You don't always need noise. You don't always need entertainment. You don't always need someone talking. Sometimes peace sounds like silence. Read a book, listen to music, take a walk, cook yourself a good meal, watch the sunset. Write down your thoughts. You spent decades responding to other people's needs. Maybe this chapter is partly about learning to listen to your own. 10. Keep growing. And finally, never make the mistake of believing that your best years of learning are behind you. They aren't. You can learn at 61. You can learn at 71. You can learn at 81. Your curiosity doesn't have an expiration date. Learn about history, learn technology, learn cooking, learn a language, learn about investing from qualified sources, learn about your community, learn how to use a new tool. Learn something simply because it interests you, because growth keeps life fresh. And here's the rehook I want you to remember. The biggest danger of living alone isn't necessarily having nobody around you. It's allowing your world to become so small that you stop expecting anything from tomorrow. Don't let that happen. Keep something ahead of you. A trip, a book, a project, a person you're going to visit, a skill you're learning, a place you've never seen. Give tomorrow a reason to arrive. Let's go back to Robert. A year after that afternoon in his kitchen, his life looked different, not dramatically different. He hadn't become a completely different person. He simply became more intentional. His home was easier to manage. His finances were organized. He walked every morning. He had regular calls with his family. He knew who to contact if something went wrong. He had joined a local volunteer program, and every Friday morning he sat at the same cafe with a book. One morning, someone asked him, "Robert, don't you ever get lonely living by yourself?" He thought for a moment, then he smiled, and he said, "Sometimes, but I don't feel lost." That's the difference. You don't have to eliminate every difficult emotion from your life. You don't have to pretend that aging is always easy. You don't have to pretend that independence never comes with challenges. But you can build a life that supports you, a life where your home works for you. Your money is organized, your body is cared for, your relationships are meaningful, your days have structure, your future has preparation, and your mind has peace. So, if you're over 60 and living alone, don't look at your quiet house and assume that your story is getting smaller. Maybe it's getting simpler, and simpler doesn't mean less meaningful. It can mean fewer distractions, fewer obligations, fewer people to impress, more time to think, more time to choose, more time to become the person you were too busy to become when you were younger. Your life doesn't end when the house gets quieter. Sometimes, that's when you finally get to hear yourself. So take care of your money, take care of your home, take care of your body, take care of your relationships. Prepare for the unexpected. Find something that gives your days meaning. And above all, don't be afraid of your own company, because the goal of living alone isn't to prove that you don't need anyone. The goal is to become strong enough to stand on your own, while remaining wise enough to appreciate the people who choose to stand beside you. And if you can build that kind of life, then growing older isn't something you simply endure. It's a chapter you learn to live beautifully.